Still wind, quiet storm.
Alright, let's keep going. Where I left off, my dad had just died. That night, we spoke to the funeral home director and set up an appointment for the next day. We made the funeral arrangements and everything went as planned. My father only had 2 non-family friends that I was aware of, and I got the job of telling them that he died. Mom thought they would see the death notice in the newspaper, but neither of them had. Mom and I both managed to hold ourselves together until the day of the funeral. We'd been stalking the corpse at the funeral home each day that viewing was held. We did get a few weird looks from the funeral home people, sitting amongst the dead body with our chicken dinner or McDonald's bag. Yep, just as weird as it sounds. But anyway, the funeral was on a Tuesday, because of Labor Day being on that Monday. It annoys me that people always end up making funerals sad. The worst part of the entire experience was when several people came up and hugged us. I don't like funerals, and I typically avoid them now if possible. They put him in the ground, and life moved on. I had to go back to school the next day, and made the mistake of telling one of my teachers where I'd been. She ended up calling the counselor, the brain counselor, and I was summoned to his office. It angered me beyond my limits that people couldn't just leave me alone. He was dead and becoming worm food, and I was doing just fine with accepting that. But of course, my indifferent attitude toward the situation was only on the outside. Inside, I was a tornado of every emotion known to man. I'd always struggled a bit with depression, but my father's death marked when I truly began to hate myself. I was in a rapid downward spiral, and there was nothing anyone could do about it. And before any of you start feeling bad in the comments, please know that I know you would have helped me, but I either didn't want help or didn't want to bother anyone with my problems except the same 4 people, to the point that now only one still talks to me. I don't remember exactly when, but during this time is when I met my best friend and worst enemy, who happened to be the same entity, Pop. Pop, soda, Dr. Pepper, whatever you may call it. I'd always been a fairly heavy drinker, but I began taking it to the next level. I'd buy a 12-pack of something, and I'd be lucky to make it last 2 days. When I thought my life could not possibly get any worse, it did. In mid-November, Mom and Marshall had their first little date. Here's the stupidest part of it all. Just to spite Mom's newfound giggly, happy teenage romance, I decided I'd scout out the depths of Facebook and find a partner of my own. This is where it gets crazy. I thought I found someone. For the sake of privacy, I won't tell her name. I met her on Facebook, of course, and she lived in another town not too far away. She apparently liked me for some dang reason, and she said that we should hang out. Boys, let me tell you, if you're looking for an actual relationship, and a girl says she want to hang out, put a padlock on your wallet and run. Today's video and tomorrow's video are all a big part of the Conglomerate Chapter 3, but this was going to run about 15 minutes long, so I'm cutting it off here for the evening. So, tune in tomorrow for all the wonderful stories about the girl I met. Thanks for watching.